Hello and welcome back to my channel. So Chris Hunt's wife came out to blast the ANC. So what's wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? What's wrong with the ANC? Because now the majority of people, they are coming out to say they are going to remain the ANC. Their heart belongs to ANC. But they are bashing ANC. So what's going on in ANC particularly, because the two presidents, they came out. Now this wife is coming out. So let us look at this video of Chris Hunt's wife and we'll come back with our commentary. Let's watch.
I remain a member of the ANC, and because it's a government function, I'll be non-partisan, but you all know where my heart is. I'm ANC until I die. My personal view is that there is no political will to solve the challenges we have as a country. Now we are told the load schedule will go to level 16. Really? God help us. We are prisoners of hope. Offenders died in prison for killing fair food. In our democratic country, someone who murders a family of 5 gets 15 years with parole. Is that justice? This is not an attack on, what I'm going to say is not an attack on NPA. But however, we have to speak the truth for a change. Let's stop being nice to each other. Or politically correct. NPA arrest the alleged wrongdoers with all publicity. When the court date comes, NPA is always asking for postponement because they have not completed their investigations. Why make arrests when investigations are not completed? There are court cases which have been going on for years, all because the NPA will ask for a postponement as they are not done with the investigations. Is that fair for those people and their families? Because remember, those people have not been found guilty. Justice delayed is justice denied. My concern is we as South Africans are not preserving the legacy of black people. E.g., it has been decided without us being consulted as a nation that Dingani's Day is now called Day of Reconciliation. Sharpeville Massacre is called Human Rights Day. Robben Island, where people suffered over many years, is now a waiting venue. Why do we change our history? Sharpeville Massacre happened. Why do you decide to call it human rights? My problem is our children will never know history, except I think most parents are doing that. I decided to tell my grandchild the truth, that Human Rights Day is nonsense. It's Sharpeville Massacre. People were killed. So I don't understand where we got the human rights. Nobala, please, just on our behalf, make sure history is recorded correctly for our great-grandchildren. It is not mine, I've taught the correct history. The present electoral system is working against accountability because proportional representation hand power to political bosses, which in turn disempowers the votes. MPs feel beholden to their political parties rather than the people who elected them. Voters should be able to elect their representatives directly, who are accountable to them, not to political parties. I strongly suggest, Nobala, that we revisit Mr. Slabe's report. Now I want to go back to the load shedding. I was watching TV one time, there was a debate. I can't remember what the subject was. But one of the MPs made a statement as follows: load shedding is not the world, it's not the end of the world. What an unfortunate and reckless statement, speaking from position of power and privilege. My point is, people are suffering because of load shedding. The 2023 matriculants studied with candlelight, and somebody stands up and makes this unfortunate statement. Now, if that person was elected by constituency, I bet my last cent they would have recalled her. But what did I see? MP slapped hands for that. It's unfortunate. My family and I knew that we had a husband and father that was willing to die for the cause he believed in. We not only accepted that, but we embraced it because we loved him and the vision he had for South Africa. It was shared family vision and desire. Today, we had even more because it was not worth his life. It was not worth me being a widow. It was not worth my children being fatherless and his grandchildren not knowing him. This government has failed him and all of us. Countless of our people have died for our so-called freedom. I can tell you this is not what they had in mind as they laid down their lives. In conclusion, I would like to read what Chris said. When I was doing this research about his speeches, I found this, what he said, but couldn't find the date. I could not find the date or where he was talking. However, this is what he said. And I would like all people who are going to be on the ground campaigning to listen very, very carefully. It's important for all of us as a country. This is what Chris said, open quotes: comrades, you must not fear and try to suppress opposing political ideas, even if they come from opposing political opponents of other organizations. You must improve your level of debates to expose bankruptcy of the ideas of your opponent without using violence and vulgar language. The use of labels and insults in a political debate shows the poor political education. In fact, I doubt comrades who jump into labeling and insult if they are truly schooled in our liberation culture of debate and political education. Close quotes. Now, 29th, we should all go and vote for the political parties so that our democracy becomes strong. Thank you very much. Amand.
Yeah, so that is the speech and the words of Chris Hunt's wife. So the wife came out to give this dramatic, embarrassing, painful speech because she also don't understand why ANC turned out to be this kind of organization that was not for, or this organization that really drilled from their ideology. So she gave this powerful speech regardless of who was in the attendance. She is a fearless woman and maybe a second version of the husband. She is a second version of the husband because She cannot stand and see and observe what the ANC government is doing. What she have mentioned, especially to the name, especially to the Black history, that the government is trying to twist it so that it can suit the people that they wanted to appeal. People they were murdered, people they were killed. Yeah, so kids they were massacred, kids they were murdered. But during that era, there were no human rights. People they were fighting for their human rights. Their human rights they were not granted by then. But seriously, they are naming this day human right. Why can't they just call it the way it is? So that the Black children, they will know the truth. And this is how the white people normally twist the history. If Black people, they are not careful. Yeah, the example is the Black history in America. A lot of things, they were twisted just to suit and accommodate the white minorities. No, so that they cannot feel left out. So let us rename this day like this. No, no. So the history must be taught the way it is so that we should know and make the future better, so that we can know the history and make our future better, to change the things that were not supposed to be, so that we can align with our foundation and our ideology that our grandfather and our father stood up to fight for this country. But not for the history to be twisted, to be renamed, just to suit a certain minority. Yeah, and for her to come out and put these things out, so that the Black people and the white people and Indian people, everybody should know the history. Because once really we forget the history, we are going to make mistake when it's come to certain policy and decision makings. We are going to make a lot of blunders. Things they are not supposed to be made this way. And I believe that people are ready to change all these policies that they twisted the Black history. And we could see that this woman is ready to defend whatever that she's saying. She's ready to defend it. Does the ANC abandon their mission and vision to represent South Africa, or to fight for the plight of the Black people? Because for the wife of the prominent South African to come out and speak this way, a man who was popular among all the leaders, when you talk of Nelson Mandela, it's like you are talking of Chris Han. Why is the wife is coming out to speak this way? Because the speech, it was not aligning with the ANC or the member of the ANC, what they wanted to hear. But she came out and gave her speech the way she feel like, because she's not happy at heart. So she cannot continue to say, comrade, we are happy, this and that. But the truth shall be told so that we can be at peace. Most of the people now, they are moving to this newly formed MK. Some are going to EFF, some are even going to DA. It's just because of the ANC that they don't want to be inclusive, ANC that they are not there for their own people. The ANC members that are also coming, how can a leader of ANC coming out and say load shedding is not the end of the world? But someone in the hospital, in theater bed, their life could be ended that moment. It was uncalled for the member of parliament to come out and tell people or the nation to say the load shedding is not the end of life. Just because of the privilege that she is enjoying at that moment. But once they remove that person, she's the one who is coming out to say ANC is wrong, ANC is that. But once they are in the position of power, they really, really forget the people on the ground and the people that they have voted them to be on those positions. So this is not the time for the ANC to come out and talk otherwise. But for the ANC to come in a humble manner and beg people to vote for them for a change that they really, really mean it. All people in South Africa, go out. Go and vote for any party that you wish. They will work for you. And mind you, she's an ANC member, but she's not even campaigning. For me, she did not campaign at all. Only to say I'm a member of ANC, my heart belongs to ANC, but I'm telling people to go and vote the party that they wish, or they believe, or the party that they believe they will bring change to their communities in their countries, so that they will create job. She wanted to put her frustration out there so that people can really see that ANC has failed a lot of people. ANC has failed a lot of majority. If you have watched up to this far, kindly subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Share the video to your loved one, like the video so that it can also be distributed to a lot of people. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section so that we can continue with the conversation. And thank you for watching my videos, and see you on my next one. Bye bye and bye.